Mike, you have a chance to reflect back on a really good season and see the future at hand here. How do you bridge where the team has been and where it's going, given some of the young talent over the last 24 hours?
Well, obviously, I mean, we have to get a lot better. We're out in the first round. We had a real good year, obviously, regular season, and, set records both with home wins and points in the regular season, but we got to get better. And, the team we lost to in the playoffs, they were out in the next round, and that team was out in the following round. So we got lots of steps to make. We understand that. We have some good players that are free agents that who knows how that's going to work out. And then we got a bunch of these kids. I mean, we have a stockpile of players, as you've seen with the Marlies already, and kids we've drafted before these guys. So these kids are a ways away, and yet you try to draft the best players you possibly can. And if you're right on draft day, that doesn't mean you're going to be right 3 years later, so you got to develop them. So that's our process here over the next while.
What impact might the Marlies have on your club over the course of the next couple of years, given how long they win?
Well, I think the biggest thing is they had a real good group of veterans there, but kids were real important. I mean, Dermy and Yanni we already knew about, but it was good to see Janssen score the way he did and be as dominant as he was. You don't learn to score in the NHL. You got to have scored before you arrive and feel good, and I think that was important. But there was lots of other guys that were important down there that I thought played real well and that are going to push for jobs. Now, in the end, the guys on our team probably don't want to give their jobs away and plan on being there a long while, and so things are going to get tougher. But all these guys don't have to play for us. A lot of them are going to play in the league. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to play on our team, and I think that's important. So we just keep building it and keep going.
Is there a different dynamic now with you, Mike and Kyle, than there was with you, yourself, and Lou?
Well, I can't tell you for sure. The thing is, we've been together the whole time anyway, so Lou and Doobie had a real good relationship, Lou and I had a real good relationship. I've been fortunate. I had Brian Murray. Well, Tim Spouts, I worked with 6 years in Spokane, is here on our staff. At Brian Murray, I had Ken Holland, at Lou, now I got Doobie. They're all real good people, and I'm proud of the relationship I had with all of them. I think the biggest thing is we just got to keep moving. We all came here for the same reason, and we got her going in the right direction, obviously. In saying that, it's not easy, and I just saw a 32-year-old Ovechkin lift the cup, and Yzerman was 31. Very few of us are blessed to do it at 20. So we got lots of work to do, and probably lots of hard knocks coming too.
Do you end up talking to Kyle more though now that he's a GM? Like, do the conversations change that way?
Yeah, well, I talk to him every day, but I talked to him lots before. It's not like you didn't talk. You're working for the same company. You're there now. Those conversations would have been more about the Marlies, or if he was at our game and I text him and say, well, "What do you say?" or "What have you seen?" So that part's different. I didn't during the Marley run. I thought it was real important that he just be in charge of the Marlies, win a championship, and then get this. So we'll continue to do what you always do as a GM coach. You talk a lot and disagree a lot and agree a lot, and then try to get better as an organization. So, but I think it's way different than if, I've only been in a spot one time where the general manager was changed and a new one came in and I left. So, it's, really but I think that's all part of the process. But I think in this situation it's much different because we were working together so long.
One of the things that Kyle said a few weeks ago is that he enjoys the fact that other people in the Brain Trust aren't scared to disagree. He said that you don't want everybody agreeing with you. You want different opinions and say, no, wait a minute, what about the opposite thing? This is how we feel.
Well, I think we got real strong people, and I think in any good organization you have that, and lots of debate. I thought that was one of Ken Holland's real strengths, is everybody got to say in the end, someone's got to make a decision. No different than when I'm gathering information about our own team. In the end, I got to decide who goes on the ice, but that doesn't mean you haven't talked to everybody in the organization. And so we're going to have lots of good debate. We've had lots of good debate already, and we'll continue to do that. And I think that's all part of the process, but I don't think that's different than any other team.
How concerned are you with the depth up the middle in the organization with the 3 free agents and now Altman going to the KHL?
Well, Alt's, if you're in Alt's situation, Alt's came here and he won himself a Calder Cup and championship and it went real good. But we also acquired Lindholm. And so players make decisions based on that, right? And so, but the great thing about it is the season hasn't started yet, so we'll see where we're at when the season starts. How's that?
So only a few picks, but what do you make of Kyle's drafting philosophy so far?
Well, I don't make anything out of it. I mean, we're just drafting right now. We're all going to know a lot more in 3 or 4 years, and it's not like we had the first pick or the second pick. It's a way different situation when you're picking where we are. But what we've tried to do is the guys that put together the list, they've spent a lot of time at it, a lot of debate at it, and we try to end up with the best group of players. Every team here today walks out and says, I can't believe that guy was there. I can't believe that guy was there. We all have a different list. That's why the guy's there. And so everybody leaves pumped up. But 2 and 3 years from now, someone went today in the 2nd or 3rd round that's going to be a star. Let's just hope he's on our team.
Mike, one of the common threads that's come out of the European free agents that you guys have signed is that the conversations with you were one of the things that helped. Are you going to be part of the free agent window this week with the NHL guys? Or?
Well, it's like anything. We always use whoever we can to help ourselves. So depending on what goes on. Now, I'm normally involved in it, but sometimes I'm not, sometimes I am. As far as the free agents go, is what we try to do is we got certain people that do certain jobs, and if they need that resource, then you use whatever you can. I try to watch everybody so we're prepared.
What should these guys know about the Maple Leafs, do you think?
What should
these guys know about the Maple Leafs free agents?
The free agents right now? Well, I think they know.
Hey, Mike, I never got your take on what did you make of Vegas making it all the way to the final? What does that say about this league?
Well, I loved it. I thought they played good. I thought they did a good job. I thought the way the draft worked, the way they were able to corner the market, the way sometimes in the league we get overthinking and do some things, end up losing 2 players instead of 1 or 3. Like, I think there's lots of things that went on there, but they did a real good job of their management people, their coaching staff, their players. They drafted a whole bunch of Hyman and Browns, in other words, workers that compete, because those are the guys that are kind of available at that spot, the protection, and they worked, and great team speed. It was a lot of fun. I think it's great for hockey. Their following's been unbelievable. So, but it also tells you how tight it is.
You said after Game 7, and you repeated it today. Okay, you guys were 20 minutes away. You had the lead. At some point, you have to learn to get over that hurdle. What do these guys have to do to get over that hurdle?
Well, I think you want something specific. We weren't good enough, so not deep enough. Not enough battle scars, not getting slapped around enough and having failure and let you guys kick the crap out of us for a couple of months and then come back. No, and get tougher and understand it's a hard league. We always want everything immediate gratification world. That's just not the National Hockey League. It's earn the right to be a champion. Like, have you watched them celebrate? Okay, you earn that right over getting beaten, and they should be. It's hard to win. You get your name on that thing for life. It's worth digging in for. That's lots of summers doing it right. That's some things that go wrong. I think the best players, they pick their boots up and they get back to work when things don't go well, and that's what we got to do.